Your future is bright. Your future is amazing. Did I say amazing? Yes, I said amazing. This is Roberto Monaco here with Influenceology. And if you are a speaker, an influencer, an expert, a leader, and you like to speak on camera, you like to speak to groups, you like to speak live, then your future is, I'm telling you right now, is amazing. I just finished up 4 weekends in a row. I was traveling, speaking right now, a week before the election. So I was in 4 weekends ago. I was in Bloomington, Illinois. I did a 2 talks there. Then I flew back home here in beautiful South Carolina. Then I did our 3-day influencing from the front for the virtual presenter. And you had people from all over US, from Australia, from South America, from Europe, which is amazing, right? Like people usually don't come to our events. We had people from all over the world. And there's a lesson behind it. There's 3 lessons that I want to communicate with you. That's why your future is bright. Then the following weekend, we had the same class right here in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, sponsored by the amazing Align Life. Big shout out to Joe Esposito. And I just came from my first ever hybrid event. Big shout out to my brother, Dr. Stephen Franson, and the remarkable practice, the Remarkables. And that was actually my first hybrid event where it's live. So you're speaking for, 20, 30 people in a room, but then you have 200 people online all over the world too. It was amazing. So I had a lot of learning. So the point, the reason I'm recording this live video here is because in our network, we have so many people who are speakers, coaches, consultants, they are experts, they used to do presentations, and in some industries, they haven't done a talk for a while. So I'm telling you right now, your future is bright. 3 big things, 3 big lessons that I want to share with you today. Number 1, okay, people crave connection. Especially when I was doing the event in Bloomington, I was doing an event in Charleston here, and last weekend, man, was amazing, the level of connection. We are not wired to be camera to camera, box to box, be away, social distancing for a long period of time. So the level of connection that we saw was fantastic. Now, obviously, when we did an event here in Charleston, we had, the Marriott Hotel had like social guidelines, social distancing guidelines. But I'm telling you, the love of connection of people being together was fantastic. Fantastic. And I don't think that will never, ever gonna go away, which is a good news for those who believe in speaking, believe in leading, believe in leadership, believe in impacting people. I know some of you feel that, man, you're called to speak, or you have a message, you have a story, you have your life experiences, so that your future is bright. I'm telling you, and this is not like, oh, next is gonna better. Well, guess what? It's already right here. And I done 3 live events in a row. So it's for you. It's time to take action right now. Number 2, during the last 4 weeks, second lesson that I learned is that when you decide to do virtual event, a lot of people, they say, okay, Roberto, I can record a video. I done an hour webinar, maybe an hour and a half, but come on, a day event, a 2-day event, a 3-day event, people think is impossible, which is crazy. So we just finished up our 3-day event 2 weekends ago. It was amazing. We have another one coming up November 6th, 7th, 8th for business speakers. So if you are a consultant, if you are a sales professional entrepreneur, and you want to get your message to people that you haven't already reached yet, then now is the time. And what's really cool is that when you did this class online, it's crazy. You see people from literally all over the world for 3 days, not for an hour, for 3 days. Now, the only challenging part well, because people were operating in different time zones. That was a little challenge for sure. We had people in Netherlands, we had people in East Coast, West Coast, had people in Australia. So there was a challenge, something to consider. If you're doing bigger scale events, well, it's fantastic. So I know for a fact in my heart, if you have a story, if you have life experiences, if you have a product, if you have a service, then you will impact more people than you're impacting right now. I guarantee, I promise you. And the third thing, which I'm super excited, the third lesson that I learned, that I want to share with you. First, people crave connection. So events are never going to go away, which is a good thing. Number two, so start planning next year. Already have several events booked next year. The second thing is that when you start doing live events, virtual events, that you're going to reach more people that usually they're not going to come to your live events, which is awesome. So it's kind of like if you got a plan, like I'm going to do a live event, I'm going to do a 1-day immersion or 2 days immersion or 3 days immersion, I'm going to do a seminar, and then you plan some virtual events along the way, which is awesome. So you have a choice, give your audience choice. And the third thing that was super cool that I learned is a big shout out to Dr. Franson, my brother from the Remarkable Practice. Was my first hybrid event, which is different, right? I've done 4,500 plus live talks, a ton of virtual events, webinars, but this one's the first one that I was part of it, where you promoted, where literally you're doing eye contact, connecting here, getting engagement, but also you cannot forget the people that there's like 200 people. There's a bigger audience actually. You gotta be connected, doing eye contact. Even myself, when I start my presentations, I'm like, okay, I didn't have the hang of it, because usually either I'm here with the camera or I'm here with the people, and now I'm gonna be like here, there, here, there. In the beginning, it took a while to learn. And the cool thing, what I feel, because technology is getting cheaper and cheaper, cameras, bandwidth, broadcasting gear. So the cool thing is that you can also add a mix between, some big companies have been doing that for a while, but I'm talking about like small companies, small coaching, training firms, small events that you can do both. You can do a core group of live audience and a group of people online, and even may have different pricing models. And for me, it was super cool to see. Now it's more complicated, right? Because virtually, hey, you just have to worry about your online audience. When you're doing in-person event, you just worry about that audience. When you're doing hybrid event, you got to deal with both. So it is more complicated. Just add the level of complexity. Dr. Franz had an amazing team to support the group. But what I love about it is that you add a new flavor. It's not like which one is better. I give it this metaphor. You have chocolate and you have cookies and cream. Which one is better? Guess what? Both are better. Sometimes your audience, they say, hey, you know what? I want a chocolate. Sometimes your audience will go, you know what? We want cookies and cream. Now what? So I am pumped for the future, because in our company, Influencology, we're going to be doing a collection of live events, a collection of virtual events only, and you're going to have a couple events are going to be hybrid. So we're going to offer the three. We're going to add to the mix. So if you are curious about learning more about virtual events, we have an amazing class coming up November 6th, 7th, 8th. There's a link below here to learn more about what we do. Super affordable. 3 days is amazing, and everybody has an opportunity to do a virtual presentation, which is awesome. All right, much love to guys. Thanks for watching. Don't speak to inform, speak to transform. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.